All right? Then slave and son. Formerly you did not know God. You were slaves of those who by nature are not gods. Understand then that those who believe are the children of Abraham. We are the children of Abraham. Slave impurity and slave to impurity and slave to righteousness. And let me get right here. Let's see. I put this in human terms because you are weak in your natural selves. You are used to just as you used to offer the parts of your body in slavery to impurity and increasing wickedness, so now offer them in slavery to righteousness leading to holiness. So it's actually the same two verses. As long as you, here it is. I speak in familiar human terms because of your natural limitations. For as you yielded your body members and faculties as service to impurity and ever-increasing lawlessness, so now yield your bodily members and faculties once for all as servants to the righteousness, right being and doing, which leads to sanctification. Now, flip over your page. In Adam, I'm accused. Again, here's the accuser. You see, how do you know? Well, I say if. The Bible tells us he's the accuser of the brother. He's always accusing us. He's finding something to accuse us about. Now, he who has reconciled you by Christ's physical body through death to present you holy in his sight, without blemish, and free from accusation. Blameless. Now, again, it's the same thing. You're free from your accusation. God says, I got this. Little Daniel, little DC, when they were little, and I done it with Bethany too, I was told not to spank Bethany because she had been beat so bad they said spanking her could really ruin her. So I was trying all these different methods. And she wasn't paying a bit of attention to me. 5 years old and hard-hitter, more hard-hitted than DC and Daniel combined. She would get up in the middle of service and walk up and stand with me in the pulpit.
She's not here to defend herself.
Well, she knows this. She'll be here this weekend. I think. Because y'all see her Sunday morning. So we're just trying to work out the arrangements. As it stands right now, I'm going to drive Friday, go pick her up and drive back. That's 10 hours. And then I'm going to take her back Sunday and drive back. That's another 10 hours. And so we're trying to get. Yeah, well, see, she's got a friend. One of her friends that's there lives in Beaufort County, and so she's coming home too. And she said, "Dad, can we bring her?" I said, "Yes, but do you think we can get their family to take you back, so I don't have to get 20 hours of driving in?" And so she's working on that right now. What I was going to say is I actually one night I had all of it I could take, because she would run and hide, and she was just, that's how she defended herself. I mean, she's not here tonight, so I ain't worried about this, but they potty trained her by locking her in a closet and sliding bread under the door. That's how they potty trained her. And she was beat beyond recognition. When I saw the film, when they took her out of the house, the man's sister told on him, said, I just can't keep letting this happen. I don't know how long she knew about it, but she finally told it. Well, so they were very special about how to treat her. And as a matter of fact, I couldn't get more foster kids, which I never had any to start with, but I was going to be getting more foster kids. But once I got Bethany, I said, you can't have other foster kids, because she cannot see people coming in and out of the house and leaving. She has to have stability. So I remember that night I had all I could take. So I carried her over to the living room, and I said, "Girl, you're not going to listen, are you?" So I turned her over. I said, the Bible says that I'm doing the right thing. So I put her over my leg, and I had her on the leg where I could get to my leg too. And the whole problem was I was hitting my leg. And she just felt a little of this. I was the one getting them, and she was getting like this, and she screamed like somebody killed her. And we were all crying. Me, DC, Daniel, Beverly, we were all crying. Bethany's crying. But that was the night we started getting some control back in. What I was going to say is, though, that was grace. Daddy's grace to my daughter, that she thought she was getting beat, but all it was this. Because I was taking the blow. And she just got a little bit. The same way, We get beat sometimes, but you know what? God takes the blow. Can you imagine what it would be like if grace didn't take the blow? Can you imagine? If grace didn't take our blows, wow. Sometimes we couldn't stand up under the pressure of the beating that we would take without God helping. And so, and I do the same thing with Lizzie and Danny when they were young. Many times I'd take them back in that room, and I walk out with a sore leg, and they would go, oh! I'm going, fellas, I ain't even touched you. All you got is just a little, just something to make you think you've been touched. That's it. I'm the one with the bruise on the leg. Then one day, I'll tell you the funny thing. One day, I took the boys fishing and got red bugs. Anybody ever had red bugs on their leg? I had these red bugs on my leg, and the way you kill red bugs, one way is to put fingernail polish on them. You suffocate them. So Daniel, bless his heart, I was so tired, and I'm laying across the bed, he said, Daddy, he's like 5, 6. He said, Daddy, don't worry, I'll take care of it for you. I said, okay. And so I'm laying across the bed. While I'm sleeping, I felt him gently put fingernail polish all over my legs. Well, I thought he gingerly put them on there, but he put big old whelps of them and it had run down. I got up and forgot about it. And I looked in the mirror and my heart dropped because he didn't take clear. He took his mom's dark red and put it all down my leg. And I got up and thought I'd been shot in the leg with buckshot. Yeah, I'm bleeding. Yeah, that was funny. And I have a problem seeing red. I didn't have a problem seeing red that day. And obviously I have a problem seeing brown. The difference between brown, what was the ones I couldn't figure the other day?
All of them.
Yeah. Eddie and I were working on the motor, and I said, Eddie, you got to be in my eyes, man. It was a bad one. It was bad. Okay, well, let's get back over here.
I thought it was pretty good.
Do I?
I thought it was pretty good.
Oh, yeah, it was good. We were a good
Well,
team.
he enjoyed it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you texted me and said you had fun.
I did, but I'm talking about the, it was crazy though.
Oh yeah.
If I hadn't had you with me, I tell you, said I had fun troubleshooting with you today, but if I had to do it by myself, that'd have been a blown up engine. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
The same thing happened in the ladies' meeting the last one. We had
Y'all had red bugs?
Eddie around.
Oh, I thought you were going to say somebody had red
He
bugs.
got the phone, and Eddie came right around, and he did what we needed, left while we were still having a meeting.
That's awesome. That's awesome. He's a good guy.
He is.
When he's asleep.
Really.
He's a good guy. No, he is a good guy. I tell everybody all the time.
Now, don't let it go to your head too much.
Yeah. I can't go to the Very Quick anymore as a customer.
What?
Because they put him to work.
Every time I walk in the door, they put me to work, but at least I don't have to pay for the stuff I go to get.
That's right. That's right.
He was trying to do that night.
Okay, so now, under the law, under grace, there's two different things. If a few weeks ago, it was the best one, or one of the best ones, and it was about self-legalism. I have seen so many miserable Christians because even though they're under grace, not under the law, they still refuse to cut themselves any slack or anybody else any slack. They're under that law. I got people in my family that way, and they're so miserable. You know, I'm serving God. There ain't but a handful of us going to heaven. Oh, really? Yeah, because we're the only ones living right. You know, I got one who'll say, ain't no churches preaching the truth anymore. And, excuse me? I was with one night, and I come up and stepped up, looked over at my son and said, I'm thinking about turning my license in. He said, why? I said, after listening to him, none of us are worthy to even preach the gospel. You know, but they're under the law. And it's terrible. And people don't want to be around them. You know, so you got the people that's consumed in their self, and you got these people that are consumed in the law. Either way about it, people don't want to be around them. Because one's just worried about self and whatever, the other one's worried about the law and it. Everybody's got to keep it. And I'm a policeman. God called me to police the area. Okay? Every church. Really, have you been to every church? No, but I know. Oh, you know. How do you know? Because I know. Oh, thank you. All right, so again, we'll move on. Sin shall not be your master, because you are not under law but under grace. Again, I don't have to fall for it. Don't have to fall for all the junk. Amen? Under judgment and justified. The gift of God is not like the result of one man's sin, the judgment followed by one's. We just read that a while ago. We're not under judgment, we're justified under a curse. Now this one here, under a curse, I just want to read, if I can, my battery just died. Praise God. Isn't it cool? Modern technology is awesome when it works. Hold on. I got things going every which way. Let's see if I can look this up. Wait a minute. Let's see if I can find it here. Because I hate for us to not have the time to say, I might have enough energy left. Let's see here. Galatians 3. Here it is. I just got enough left. Under curse, or redeemed from the curse. It's the same verse. Christ redeemed us from the curse of the law by becoming a curse for us. For it is written, curses everyone who's hung on a tree. What's the curse of the law?
Death.
Number one, death. Because of what Adam did, we got the curse of sin. Okay? Curse of sin means man is born, but he's born to die. The minute you're born, you start to die. You have to get about 25 years old before you start realizing that, because everything's building up. When you get about 25, you start going back down. The curse of sin is death. Also, all babies are born barefooted and toothless. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, y'all. Like barefoot, but they are born barefooted and toothless. DC had a couple of teeth when he was born, but just a couple. All right, ready? Now, under wrath or free from wrath, all of us also lived among them at one time, gratifying the cravings of our sinful nature and following its desires and thoughts. Like the rest, we were by nature objects of wrath. But since now we've been justified by his blood, how much more shall we be saved from God's wrath through him? That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. God has saved us from his wrath. You know, I'm doing humanities right now in college, and I'm studying the ancient cultures. And some of the ancient cultures have the myth of the flood. They call it the myth of the flood. I found out in my studies when I was in Bible college the first time, every culture has a myth. They call it the myth of the flood, or the story of the flood. And also, there was also some of the commandments. And so, one of my questions was, why is it that other civilizations would have a story about the ark? It's so simple.
There was one.
There was one, number one, but number two, if the world was recreated or replenished by Ham, Shem, and Japheth, then everywhere they went, they told about the ark. And as if the ark story went and went, as people branched out, they had the story of the ark. And so that's how every civilization has a story of the great flood and the ark. Okay, so of course in Mesopotamia, it only rained for 7 days and 7 nights. And the gods chose this guy. I once called him Gilgamesh, but it's Gilgamesh. Chose him, not because he was holy, but chose him because he found favor with the gods. And he built the ark. And 7 days it rained and flooded, and then he had all the animals. But the Bible's not the Bible. He also said he put all his gold in there too. I don't imagine that'd be a hard thing to do, put all your gold and all the animals in your ark. So still, the reason is because that story goes out because it started with,